Hello, everybody. This is Dr. J and Professor Spike coming to you
Hello.
live from
Long,
Long Island, New York,
long.
where the internet seems to be working today,
Good
hopefully.
on you.
But it's been really bad throughout the country, I've heard, that there's
Oh,
been
really?
some outages of internet. I
Well,
don't know what's
maybe
up.
may, maybe the Russians and the Chinese are more pernicious than we thought.
Yeah, or any other country. We're
Yeah,
attacked
right. Exactly. It
We're
doesn't have to
attacked
be the.
so many times. Even our friends attack us.
Yes, that's true. And besides, they have agents everywhere.
Sean deserves some credit. I made a
Yes.
lot of money on AEMD, in and out about 4 different times since the pandemic. And I caught it during the bird flu epidemic as well. This is one of
Oh,
my
really?
luckiest stocks. I mean, I
Nice.
bought it. I didn't buy remember I put in an initial order with Ameritrade, and I entered it wrong, and I switched to Merrill. I cut my
Right.
order in half. When I switched to Merrill, I would have made twice as much.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Merrill gets restrictive sometimes on what you're
No,
allowed to get into.
Merrill. It was I entered it wrong on Ameritrade, and Merrill I entered it right, so I did it right.
Gotcha.
My
Gotcha.
fault, but trying to do it at the same time as I do the show. And I just made a mistake. I didn't hit extended day, and I was wondering why it wasn't going.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so
There
it
you go.
cost me a lot of money but I made a lot of money anyway.
Yeah, right. We call that lost opportunity cost. It's like a
Yeah,
phantom cost.
Jiggly is
Just like
giving
all
me
the money
credit.
I'm quote unquote losing on Sava.
Jiggly is giving me too much credit. I
Yeah,
deserve a lot of credit, but I don't think it's my best call ever. I think Sava was a better call, which I did recently.
Sava was a great call
I
when it
bought
went up
it
that
at
first
eight
time.
and bought it at 8 and sold it at 123.
Right,
This one was an overnighter. I got out in the pre-market. I bought in the aftermarket, got out in the pre-market, and
right,
tripled my money. So I think it was pretty brilliant. I didn't even have to wait for the trading regular session.
right. Goes to show you paying those extra shekels for the after hours trading might be worth it.
Yeah.
So
So anyway, also Biopath was a much more brilliant call than AEMD, and Jiggly was in on that. I remember Jiggly
oh yeah,
back in those days. It
back in the old days.
predates Professor Spike, but definitely
Predates
predates
me.
Jiggly. Jiggly, weren't you following me with Biopath when I bought it at 4 and sold it in advance to the 70s? I sold it in the 30s because of not that I sold too early. I sold it on its way down. I had just come out of the gym and I missed a big run, but I did good.
Another man bites dog, dog bites man story.
Linda is not is one that has given our viewers many a winner,
Yes, indeed.
many a winner. So it's great to give one back.
Right.
It's great to give one back. Yeah, Biopath I think might have been my most spectacular. I'm not sure.
This is why Jiggly's a fan.
Biopath, Sava, and AEMD all right up there, I guess. And there were others. Anovis, there was another. So I had a few good runners recently. Let's see what Chris has to say. Yes, ARWR is one of the RNAi drugs, and they're into a very interesting areas of research: cystic fibrosis, cirrhosis of the liver, etc. They've run from very low numbers. I think Chris and I both started at about 20. I bought it initially at 20,
Uh-huh.
sold it a million times along the way, but now it broke 80, I
Yeah, look at
believe.
that. It's had a good year.
Yeah, very good. Uh, somebody requested just before the show that I do e-gaming, which is
Right.
symbol GMBL.
Is that a specific stock or is that an
No,
ETF?
that's a specific e-sport. It's
Oh,
called
oh,
e-sport.
okay.
GMBL is this ticker. So we
Gamble.
will do
Okay,
that.
you can remember that one.
Yeah, we'll do our usual suspects, biotech, we'll do sundial. We'll do our
Okay.
usual suspects.
It might be worth talking about Tilray since it's a commonly held.
Tilray we could do sundial, Anovis.
Right, we got to do the
And
Alzheimer's
people
plays.
are getting excited about Anovis now. Not only if they own the stock, but if in general, because it looks like it really works.
Right, and so hopefully, in terms of getting the right medicine into people's hands, this will
Now,
actually.
JN is telling me that it really works for PD. I
And
know
what is
it's
PD? I'm sorry.
Parkinson's,
Oh, Parkinson's. Okay.
but I'm more aware of its efficacy with Alzheimer's. But maybe it's both. JN, let me know what info you have on Anovis and PD. I'm interested.
Indeed. I mean, it's jumped up a lot today.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I thought we were both saying last week that there was going to be an opportunity to get back in closer to 50 because that's when the offering was. But
Oh, this is a
you're wrong
result.
sometimes too.
This might be the results from a couple of weeks ago that it worked in PDs, but it's a very small sample. I think
what I had heard, at least from people commenting on the stock twits, was that anything equivalent to what Biogen had to say was a couple of months off at least, if not almost a year off, which is why I thought we had a good cooling off opportunity. That may still be the case, but for now, if anybody was still
JN is in the trial. Look at this. JN is himself a Parkinson's patient.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Is that right?
Then he knows that it works. That's wonderful.
JN, you're in the trial and you have Parkinson's? Is that correct, or am I reading you wrong?
No, he's saying it. He's got his own skin in the game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, good luck with that.
Wow. We have someone from the Anovis trial with us today. JN, welcome.
Yes, indeed.
Welcome. I'm glad that it's working on you. How far along? I mean, does it work on tremor? That's one thing that's really been bothering me.
Sure.
If it works on tremor, I'm jumping into that trial.
Yeah, I know, right? You're going to knock on the door.
Yeah. Linda and Sean are professing love for each other.
Hey, right.
But Linda.
Well, actually, I've seen more proposals. I've seen more proposals for Linda on this.
Yes.
On this feed in the last couple of months.
But Linda has enough love in her heart to go around to everyone.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm sure.
So I'm really happy, JN, that you joined us, because this show is more than just about making money. This show is about appreciating the good work that biotech is doing in curing illnesses or like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, or preventing them. So I'm really happy to see JN on the show, and anybody else who has personal experience with any of the trials from any of the stocks that we talk about or even don't talk about.
Right.
Love to have you join us, maybe even have you on the show. So JN, if you want to come on the show, just drop me a note. Just drop me a note. Same here, JN, same here.
Right, make money and make friends. That's the plan.
Yeah. All right, so
I keep on getting these two mixed up: NWBO and AWRW, Arrowhead and NWBO. Is NWBO the one that's sort of like CVN?
No, yes, but it's brain cancer. It's GBM.
And that it's also waiting for data, like waiting for good.
Yeah, you know what Arjun gets excited about with VBIV is a preliminary trial, an early phase trial on GBM for VBIV. Well, there's a phase 3 trial that's been completed, and that's NWBO on GBM, glioblastoma.
Right. All right, because who mentioned it? Montes mentioned it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
We should shot Albo again. And
Yeah, we could do
yeah,
what I'm calling the Arjun specials.
I mean, we don't have tremendous amounts of time, but I want to shot a Novus. I want to shot Albo.
And
I
gamble.
want to shot GMBL. I want to shot.
Right. And you had a list. I should at least
There is a
consult that
list.
list.
Let's shot.
Oop. We'll wait for Dr. J to unfreeze, which will happen. See, I think he gave himself a jinx when he said that. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, the internet is acting flaky on me now.
Yeah, that's because you said something nice about it.
Yeah, well, and the Mantis is into NWBO.
Yeah, I see that. Well, like I said, if you just as much as any of us was into CVM or still into CVM.
Well, the data being calculated is the same story we're getting with GET from CVM. So in that respect, there is a parallel. Both of them started many months ago. Now CVM had the data. The last patient was last event, whatever you want to call it, with 928th event or whatever number it was. I forgot already. No, 928 was a number in the trial. I forget how many events they needed, but they got them last May, so it's over a year. And NWBO has been had an update in October to shareholders, October of 2020, saying what their plan was for full data analysis, blah, blah, blah. But it seems like extended, very long time wait for both of these. And I don't, if you're a shareholder, I don't blame you for being impatient. I don't blame you if you moved some of your money out. It's hard to sit and wait.
Yeah. Well, I mean, then you use your investment money for that. Then.
Let's do this. I have an
money.
AKMPH, Chem Farm has an ADHD drug that's supposed to be very good. It's supposed to be superior to the one that's used the most now for children. And we should take a look at it again. I've been buying it almost every day. Not that I know what I'm talking about. No, not that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, when it comes to ADHD, again, sometimes personal experience. But I don't take any medicines. I just move my
your
head.
internet is always way better than mine. How come? Because you're in middle part of the island. I'm in eastern Long Island.
Well, remember, I used to have a lot of problems with the internet, and so Jiggly suggested that I spend all my gambling winnings on better internet, and I haven't done that yet because I have no winnings yet.
If we have time, put on KZIA. That would be
right.
If we have time.
Third player, who being the second?
Yeah.
All right, so some people are happy with that one too. It's worth a look and keeping that on our radar. I mean, because some of the stuff that falls off our radar ends up doing really well without us looking.
And Drio is worth taking another look at. Drio, we're waiting for 22 plus to go in as a Momo play, right? That was
right. Drio is another Arjun
Drio,
special.
we want 22 plus before we touch it, or a significant dip backwards. ORPH market manipulation. I never heard of them either, Tom. So, everything to a certain extent is market manipulation. All right. Well, maybe if we can, we'll look at it. I mean, we have a lot of stuff to look at.
I have it on the list. We'll see what we can get to in the hour that we have.
All right. Let's get going.
Might as well.
I hit the wrong button. That's a bad thing. I don't know how to get rid of this stupid screen that I got. I hit when I instead of when in share I hit the video thing. Oh, cancel. Cancel should work. Cancel. Share screen is what I need.
There you go.
Yeah. And
yeah, and of course we have to do BCRX if you don't want to make that the first thing we do.
Yeah.
Just to get things rolling.
Yeah. All right.
You have to get rid of those comments.
Yeah. All right. I'll put a new comment and then I'll get rid of it.
Gotcha.
It's slow. The internet is slow. I can't even get rid of the comment. Really slow. The comment is gone, right?
Yes.
All right. Should we bother charting AEMD, or is that like dead and buried at this point?
No, we should. It's been on our radar, and it's one of the ones you promised.
All right.
But I think we should start with BCRX and get that one over with. Yeah. You know, that's what everybody jumps on the show for.
Point. It's as good a starting point as any.
Exactly.
Although fundamentals is really nothing new. We're waiting on sales data on the next earnings report. We're waiting on, I guess, any news on PNH. And what else? I mean,
well, I mean, I guess some people are still looking for either an entry point. I mean, no, there is no exit point at this point because it could go anywhere.
No,
right. That's why a buyout would give us the most specific place about where to sell. And in terms of where to buy, the question is, does it look like there might be an opportunity?
Where to buy seems to be any time on this one, as it's continuing to trend up. But now is as good a time as any. We had a slight pullback. We're sitting on the 9-day. So, you know, it looks okay to buy right now. If you're looking for an entry point, just average in.
Right. Any
if I
point
didn't own any, I would be averaging in now.
That's what you say about Amazon too, and that's not necessarily
Amazon,
true.
It's never a wrong time to buy. That's correct.
Right, so now you're saying the same thing about BCRX at this point.
Well, I wouldn't put it in the same class as Amazon.
I know, I'm just teasing you.
Not quite.
Yeah, well, it does look like it's stabilizing a little bit in price.
Well, it's still in the beautiful ascending channel, which we could draw if we want. But it's got that beautiful ascending channel.
Mm.
The 100 was nice support. Let's put that channel right about here. Bottom of the channel.
So, yeah, the other line you had was a little bit more like a regression line. This one is a lot more modest. Okay. So if this other line is a new support, then this is the time to buy. If it jumps back into that region,
I think looking at this chart, like I said before I drew the channel, there's nothing wrong with buying it almost at any time. But now it looks like a particularly okay time. We're sitting at the 9, sitting at the upper end of the channel. It's actually gone through the upper end of the channel.
Right. So the question is if that's new support. Is the question.
Yeah, the upper end of the channel looks like a new trend line.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a phenomenal stock for all of us. Phenomenal.
Yeah,
for all of us on this show, I think we all made a lot of money.
Yeah, no, I'm having a problem, which I imagine other people do too, is that I only bought X number of shares and I keep trimming along the way, taking profits, but now there's like nothing left.
All right, from now on, if you have an inclination to trim, come over and I'll slap you in the face and you won't trim.
Well, see, I didn't make any promises to you about BCRX.
No.
I made promises about Athesis and CVM, but not this one.
Well,
but yes, okay. I promise I will consult you before any major.
I told you it's okay to break that promise about CVM.
Yeah, I know. And one day I may.
Yeah, I love to chart this one because it's such a
Yeah.
phenomenal chart. So phenomenal. When
And
it
you're
puts
saying this
out,
one is actually not that far along in terms of actual news about the drugs. It's like only phase 1 or phase 2.
on the GBM drug, the new one,
Yeah, on. I know it's got a couple other products.
they're
Yeah,
just starting on the GBM, and the COVID we haven't heard, right?
right. No, and I'm less interested in COVID, although it's still news.
Look at how it popped on AEMD from 4 to 12. Would have been 4 to 40 easy a year ago if that
Right.
news occurred. A year earlier, it would have been huge.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And that was the hope at the time.
Yeah. Where I drew the line looks like support. So if you want to get back into VBIV, it might come down to like 380.
Understood.
That would be the time to get back in if you got rid of it, or if you want to add. This looks like a good area to add.
Yeah. No, you were saying it yourself. After anything above 375, and it's off to the races, and that's what it
I
looks
think it
like
was
here.
372, the number.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. And we are off to the races. So I think it did come back. When was it? Yesterday.
Yeah.
To 385. I think that was an excellent time to get in. If it drops back down to that level, 380, 385, I think it's okay to add. It's okay to come in. It's okay to, I mean, anything. Of course, it's okay. You can do whatever you want to do. Our opinions are strictly our own and do not
Uh,
constitute investment advice.
we got people on the feed telling me not to not to trade away all my winners.
Do your own due diligence, of course, and check with an investment advisor. And please subscribe because that's how we pay the rent, right, Professor Spike?
Indeed, indeed.
So we have to ask our viewers to subscribe. Don't depend on any announcement on stock twits because I'm not very reliable. Much better to get notifications, subscribe, get notified when we're really going to be on
Right.
because we never know when we're really going to be on.
It changes.
We're very erratic.
Well, I mean, for instance, when September comes, all schedules change. That's the
Hopefully.
that's the life of a professor.
A professor.
Professor.
Okay,
Yeah.
Professor.
A perfect professor.
Yes. So
Who goes to the library.
this is almost a perfect shot going back to 511. From 245 to over $4, I'll take it.
Yeah, indeed.
I'll take it. Beautiful. And it looks like it has plenty more to run. I mean, there's no reason why in this world that it can't make new highs. All it needs is any catalyst and it makes new highs. So I really like this one. I like this one to come up here and test the 480 level. I think we're headed there. Should I draw that horizontal in just for the hell of it? Right up there. I've been buying this one, regularly since it bottomed out. I've been just adding like almost every day, like I was doing with Tesla for a while. I'm doing it with VBIT.
Averaging up. Well,
Yeah,
they say buy high, sell higher.
that's correct. I'm not sure what is high for VBIT. It's got tremendous potential.
Yeah, no, I guess it's something to hold on to for the long term.
There's another one that I've been buying.
Right, this was announced.
I've been
Mentioned
buying
in.
it very aggressively. I've been having it on every show, showing how it's veering away from its trend line in parabolic fashion. It's exactly the words I used in our last show. So I'm going to use the same words. It's veering away in parabolic fashion from its trend line. And it's just, I think, a phenomenal chart. And just off the chart alone, if you didn't know anything about ADHD or its ADHD drug, you might be tempted to buy this. So that's just from the chart alone. I erased the line I just drew for whatever reason.
Right. Well, because the other lines were getting confusing.
Yeah, yeah. Beautiful. You can't even, it doesn't even make sense to describe this as a channel. It's just parabolic at this point.
Right.
Did it take out this high? Probably did. Let's take a look.
Yeah, it
The
did.
high from 316 was 1380. And yeah, it took that out. I can't say enough about this chart. I've been talking about this chart for a couple of weeks now. And I've been more impressive with the chart than I am with the technicals, even though the technicals are impressive. Not that they're not, but the chart is a pretty amazing looking chart. So, I mean, there's a lot of them like this, but not quite as good, but there's a lot of them in this biotech that woke up around the same time. Here's the bottom at what is it, 817. Clear bottom, clear support. I don't think it's dropping back there, but that's tremendous support over there.
Right. I mean, even if it does, you'd bail at the line.
Yeah.
You wouldn't wait all the way to 817.
No. If it goes below this trend line, I'm out.
Right. Exactly.
But I don't think it's going to do that.
Not for a while, anyway. I mean, what goes up must come down, but still.
We have to chart a Novus because top 10 points today.
Yeah, unbelievable.
On really good news on the Alzheimer's front.
He said, no, the other front,
No, the Alzheimer's front.
Oh, okay.
Not the Parkinson's. The Alzheimer's.
Oh, okay.
And it's
unbelievable. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is.
I really think this is they probably have the goods. I think they have the best shot.
Yeah, that's what we've been saying since the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I think the fundamentals on this one probably better than any of the others. I think the doggone thing actually works. I'm really happy JN. What's his name? JN?
Yeah. Yes.
Really happy JN is joining us today.
Yeah.
As a living proof, as a testimonial to the effectiveness of the efficacy of the drug in Parkinson's patients. I mean, that's tremendous. JN, could you drop me a line on reddibit@gmail.com? I'd like to chat with you further about this or communicate with you. Very interested. So, yeah. All right. Well, what do we want to do next?
Well, we can do another. Why don't we do either Albo or Trio?
I just want to say one thing about a Novus. It's never too late to buy a Novus because it's got tremendous potential.
Indeed.
Let me just give an entry point for those who might.
Yeah, I appreciate that because the one I was thinking about was closer to 60 than it was to 80.
Yeah. So let's give a realistic entry point.
Yeah, right. Okay, I would even throw it a little bit higher, but I see what you're doing.
Right about 80, but what is that, 80?
Actually, the way you said it is a little bit lower. It's 77.89.
78, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
I think it could pull back. I think not that it could pull back to 78. I think it will pull back to 78. I don't know that it's not going to go up further before it pulls back, but at some point it will pull back. The high it ever made was 97.97. I love that number, 97.
Yeah.
Very musical number, 97.
Yes.
As a mathematician, I admire the old high, which we're going to take out eventually.
97 is prime, isn't it?
97 is a prime.
Okay. So I have to ask
it's
you.
The highest,
I'd have to use my
fingers.
Prime
number, less than 100.
There you go. We have requests for Albo.
Albo, the dog food company?
No, the thing right here.
You don't mean Alpo, do you?
No.
You mean the one with pediatric liver disease? That one?
There we go. This is the one. Interesting.
Yeah.
So I would love for that. Well, it looks like we got a little recovery on the 9 going past the 100.
Uh,
It's 400.
yeah, the 9 crossed the 50 here, and looks like it's moving up a little since then. I like this chart. It's even though it took a step backwards, it immediately recovered.
Mm,
See if we can draw the line from here. Here we go.
nice.
Let's
Hey,
draw the
you're getting a lot better with that Mac.
Yeah, I'm getting a little better. Maybe my hand is getting steadier. Maybe I'm getting
Yeah.
cured.
Good.
All right. My main cure is not the Cinemet. My main cure is praying because I don't believe in the Cinemet. So I'll resort to prayer. Okay. So anyway,
Have they talked about nicotine being somewhat having an effect or no?
on Parkinson's,
Yeah.
I know. I've heard pot is very good. I tried the pure cannabis oil without the THC, and it didn't do anything for me. What is it called? TCH, whatever it is.
PCB. Yeah.
The
Cannabinoids.
hallucinogenic pot.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I don't hallucinate, and I don't want to hallucinate. So
Exactly.
I want
Yeah.
to keep
Yeah.
it that. I
Too
want
much.
to
Too
keep
much
it that
studying you
way.
need to do.
The only thing I
CBDs, they're
hallucinated,
called.
I did hallucinate the other day. I thought AEMD went to 120 instead of 12. That was my hallucination.
Yeah, I think that was a dream, a fever dream.
Yeah, Alberio Pharma. It's not Alpo. Okay, it's good to know. But this lower end of the channel is tremendous support, I think, and we're certainly moving in the right direction here. And we have fundamentally we have the PDUFA on July 20th. I think we could get a sustained run right through July 20th on this one.
Good.
It came from a low of 2753 to where we are today. That's not that much. It's significant, but it's not that much. We've seen a lot bigger runs. We've seen a lot of 50% moves off the low in bios. So it doesn't look too late to get in to Albo Pharma. I'm in agreement with Arjun that this will be $52 a share on the morning of July 20th or 21st, one of them. So we're forecasting more than a 50% move up from here. This is an Arjun Dr. J forecast. All right. What else should we do?
Well, we could do NWBO and KZIA since you talked about it.
NWBO, certainly.
And then we can go to some of the other ones you mentioned.
This was a pretty big trial on glioblastoma, and there's reason to believe that it works to a certain extent. And that's better than anything else that doesn't work to any extent. This is what Teddy Kennedy died of, right? Amongst others. I believe so.
You got me there.
Jimmy Carter, did he have this?
I don't know about this one. I mean, what I thought was he had a pancreatic issue that went to his brain. I'm not really sure.
I know he got cured with the Keytruda.
Oh, really?
I don't know how well Keytruda works on glioblastoma. Probably not very well, as a rule. But he also used radiotactic radiation. They used it on him.
So what are you thinking here?
I'm thinking from a technical point of view, it looks very good.
I mean, it's got an upward trend, certainly.
It looks like there are people that are piling the do-re-mi on its nose, betting it to win. That's how it looks to me.
Okay.
So, I don't know if they're smart people or dumb people, but there are people betting on a lot on this drug trial coming out at least pretty good. April 16th, we hit a low. What happened to the? It's not showing me what that low is. I don't know. I lost my numbers.
Gotcha.
The RSI is below. It was oversold back here in May 18th when it spiked, you see.
Uh-huh.
It was oversold. The RSI went to above 70. It looks like the RSI is, I don't know what it is now, but it's middle of the overbought, oversold range. It looks pretty damn good.
Yeah, well, it's certainly time to enter if you think there's something good here long term.
Yeah, and it looks to me like, I mean, yesterday you could have entered at, again, I lost my numbers.
Right.
I don't know where they went. All right, let's do another one.
Let's do KZIA because that's related, and Pete's been asking for that one.
KZIA. Pete knows about stuff before anybody else. He gets like the inside info, right, Pete?
Oh, well, look at that one.
KZIA Therapeutics. Don't know what they do, but the chart is nice.
And whatever line you have there actually seems to work somewhat.
That's a 9-day. And the other line is also completes the channel, right? By accident.
Right. Yeah, you have to pull it down.
Gotta move this a little bit.
Yeah.
Try to get a little more parallelism in there.
All right.
We have a very narrow channel going up. Going up is the main thing, though. Going up. Going up. And the 9-day looks like it's close, getting closer to the 100 and the 50. The 50 has a negative cross coming up with the 100, though.
Yeah, right. Well, from that private.
We've had a big slide down, and the good news is the low of 3.5 held. Now I can see my numbers. 851 held, which was a key, very important pivot. That held, and the fact that held really makes me like the stock a little bit more than before. It's low.
Well, you know that convergence might be a bounce.
Its recent low is like $9, so it's up from $9 to 10.44. And that shows that if this thing is going to take off, you're in pretty early if you buy now.
Right. So it seems.
Let's see where it came down from. Came down on 4.8. It was like $15 almost. So you got to move back to that level. You make a nice profit. I don't know about the technicals on this, but is it the most exciting chart compared to others? No, but if you like the fundamentals, nothing wrong with buying it right here. All
right, we should do some of the ones that you promised in the. You promised, for instance, HTBX and Chewy.
Yeah, Chewy had earnings yesterday. They had woof woof earnings.
Is woof woof good or bad?
I think woof woof is good.
Oh, okay. Hence the red candle.
But it's funny about earnings. No matter how good earnings are these days, the expectations seem higher because it's down off of very decent earnings, solid earnings, year over year, month over month. I mean, quarter over quarter. Very exciting earnings. The growth potential is there. Woof woof. But you can't buy it now, according to the chart. I would wait for this low. Well, you could buy it soon. 72.46 would be my entry point. But that's only my opinion, right? So,
Right.
I would look. I might very well go into this one. I like this one, but I'm gonna be very technical and try to get a little bit more out of the dip. I think around the
Yeah. Well,
72.
prior experiences when there's a drop on earnings, it's not just a 1 day thing.
Yeah, usually a 2 or 3 day thing. But where I drew the line is an excellent look, excellent support. So I would look to come in when it tests
73 bucks.
72.78, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Why come in at 75 when you could pay the 73, right? That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. No, it makes,
I really like
a lot
Chewy.
of sense.
I like Chewy, and I think we can throw out a bone on Chewy.
Okay, throw him a bone.
Throw him a bone. And what else did I advertise?
HTBX. What is that?
Heat box.
That's Hotbox. You had that one for a while.
Yeah,
There was some movement today on this one.
Yeah, it had a pop. They have a new patent application that apparently excited people. Now that's very early. It doesn't mean much for the immediate future, but it could mean a lot for the far future. Anyway, it popped, and I knew we'd give back off that pop.
We'll get back about half. Like
the true trend line is the bottom one. So let's draw that one.
Okay.
Let's discount all the news about the patent.
The news and the noise.
Yeah, yeah. So it was great for those longs who cashed out yesterday, but today it's down significantly. And I hate to say it, but I think it's going to retest this trend line going up. So I might look to get in, but I'd look to get in around 675, which isn't really that far below.
Right.
So Heatbox is immunotherapy. They've been around a long time, and they have some really good talent on staff. Their management is young and progressive. I like the company, but you got to be invested for the long haul with a stock like this one. I might give it a shot for the intermediate term. Kind of like a long-term swing, more than a 5-dayer. What else do we have?
How about Dermatech?
Dermatech, I've been buying nibbling. I think it's become like one of my biggest positions, about the fourth biggest.
Little by little, right? Because you've been in and out of there, but mostly in.
Yeah. I have a significant position in this one.
And this is one of the ones that Chigley likes.
Chigley's been buying it recently, yeah. I mean, it's trading. You got a positive cross of the 9-day with the 50, which I know Professor.
Right. Hopefully that'll last.
Yeah. And other than that, the 50 did make a negative cross with the 100 back here. But notice it did not go down there. That was actually the low of this huge descent that it had. So I think it was 85 or whatever it was. And it came all the way back down to $29, something like that. And now we're moving back up. So it's on the rise. It's on the move. I love the fundamentals. We've talked about it over and over again. PLA, their pigmented lesion assay. And we've talked about the fact that they're developing other tests, not just for melanoma. So it looks like a really good company. Skin companies I've always done well with them for whatever reason.
Yeah. Well, probably because you bailed at the right times.
Probably.
I mean, it looks like. I mean, to me anyway, it looks like it's tapering a little bit.
Well, you just broke the trend line today to the downside,
Yeah.
but it's touching the trend line. A clear break of that might bring us down to the 200. So if we slump, I'm looking at it could be as low as $32 a share. This thing is highly volatile.
Understood.
So the decision as a trader, if you get another red candle tomorrow, do you just pack it in, or do you hope that this level right here holds? Let me draw that in.
I don't know if we like the long term, then I would just cost average down. That's
Yeah,
what
you
my
could
plan is.
actually buy right about here where this candle is a low and it touches the trend line. So you could buy
Yeah.
right in about 36.80.
I mean, that might be my plan actually.
Yeah. So if you don't own it and you want to get in and you don't want to gamble on it going all the way down to the 200, this looks like a reasonable entry point. 36.80. Let's call it $37.
Hmm.
$37 only because of weakness today. You might get some continued weakness down to that $37 level. But in the long run, I think this is still a $100 stock, despite the protestations of skin doctors who want to dig
Of
that hole out and charge
course.
Medicare, whatever it is. Yeah. What else do we have?
All right.
CJ?
You said a couple of this. You had CRISP, you had NDRA, and then we
Chris,
had the bus stop.
this one is very exciting. I'm excited about this one. I mean, Kathy Woods is not the only one who's excited about CRISPR. It's a Kathy Woods love affair. She loves CRISPR. You love Kathy Woods?
I would trust her certainly. I mean, I'm in a couple of her funds.
She's no dum-dum.
No, certainly not.
But I do think she's more of a salesperson than she is a
Well, I
true.
mean, anybody if you know the name of your fund manager, then you're supposed to know the
She's
name of
out,
the fund, not the fund manager.
she's out there. She knows she can convince people. We're up $1.69 today. That's the correct color. Green is the correct color.
Yes.
We're in a nice ascending channel. I think we have a long way to go back up. I don't see what's stopping this one from going back up. They had good news today. Their partner Vertex and them have some news to do with sickle cell anemia. I don't remember what the news was, but they're partnered up with Vertex. And Vertex is probably a good buy because they had bad news on another drug, good news on the CRISPR drug, but the net, they're down today, and they might be worth picking up. I know I'm changing the subject, but this one, I said the last time, you just got to own it. This
Right.
could be the Microsoft of biotech.
This is a long-term holding, assuming the technology bears itself out.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
It's not another one of those
no, it
one drop of.
will.
What was that company that did one drop of blood and they were able to tell?
No, this technology is going to bear fruit.
Okay.
This is very
Yeah, I know. I
exciting.
mean, yeah, Pete's saying that he's got a long way to get back to his original share price. I think I'm in that. I'm in a similar boat. Not as bad.
Well, all you do is
I bought somewhere at the beginning of that oscillation, or
on this one, it's okay to average down.
I would agree. Yeah, it's because it is a long term. Assuming if you have a trust in the technology, there's no reason not to. It was
Yeah.
sort of like not bailing on AMD just to hold on to a couple of shares.
Well, I bailed on
That
it.
would have been a
I
strategy to
bailed
pay
on it.
off.
I bailed on it each and every time that it popped, and I made money each and every time that it
Well,
popped.
yeah.
I never held it for very
But you're
long.
not going to make this. You're not going to make this one a swing play.
No, not this one.
No.
This one you just put it away along with Amazon and Google
Understood.
and you know who's invested in this? Amazon and Google and
Yeah, and of course.
Bill
Uh,
Gates and
oh,
Bezos.
because this is the nexus between biology and software, right?
Yes, all the big names in tech own a chunk of this.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and of course,
And the combinatorial problems are pretty interesting too. If you want to get into it from
look,
a
how can
mathematical perspective.
if an investor looks at those who own this, Gates and I think Bezos and others of that ilk, along with Professor Spike and Dr. J, how can you go wrong?
Yeah, right.
So this is one to own.
You think it's time to get to the green stocks?
Yeah, let's do,
So,
let's do EV.
oh, EV first. Okay, certainly.
What
The
do I
one you
have?
mentioned here, the one you mentioned here was ChargePoint, which is not quite EV, but it's a
That's EV.
it's EV adjacent.
Sure.
And then we could do Neo because some people asked about that anyway.
Yeah, Neo is. I think they're number 3, 4. They're high in my holding list.
Yeah, you're gonna have to clear these lines. These lines are very annoying.
I keep on buying Neo.
Before you draw Dr. J, you got to click that button. I got you.
I also keep buying XPEV. I see no
This
reason
one,
not to.
this one, I got on this before when it was still the SPAC, which
Yeah,
was way up there. So
yeah.
I'm
So
actually not a winner on this one,
you will be.
despite this recent up run.
You're going to be a winner on this one. When you
Eventually,
hold it
right?
long enough, you'll be a winner.
Okay. From
And
your mouth to God's ear,
you
my
buy a
friend.
little bit more to average in. I think
Yeah.
this. I think you can't be sure because you don't know about the fast changing directions that EV is going to take. But for now, it looks like it's going to be a winner.
Uh-huh. Well, it's the head of its competition for now.
Yeah, and you want to take out that 32 30 what is it 3250 area. And then
Right.
then then you can fly. I can fly like a bird.
Yeah, but I mean, again, if you had bought after the merger instead of before the merger, you probably would have been a lot better off.
Sure. Well, I've been in and out of this one. Now I'm back in. I couldn't stand holding it when it was a falling knife, so I got out.
Gotcha.
I'm buying back now, and I'm happy with my overall performance on this one.
Fundamentally, this is a stock to own, especially if there's going to be a lot of push for
Yeah, I mean,
more and more charge stations.
between this one and CLII, which one is better to own.
CLO. I know there was one other one. Was it
What
Plug?
Blink?
Blink or
Plug,
which one was Plug?
Plug is a hydrogen play.
Okay,
Hydrogen,
and it's not Plug. It's
no,
Blink then. Yes.
Blink. But this one looks really good. I mean, it's fundamentals and technicals all coming together here. The 9-day crossed the 50 a while ago, and it's still moving up. And the 100 is a little bit of resistance here, but I think we take it out. I think the next resistance is up here around 37.50. So I think this has got a ways to run yet. You want to start thinking about taking off the table. I wouldn't until it hits about 36.
No. You're right. I mean, if anything, if I have some extra cash, it'll
Yeah,
be a price average a little bit
yeah.
on this one too, just like
And
CRISPR.
and I keep adding. I can't help but buy Neo and XPEV.
XPEV and Neo are your favorites, I know.
I'm buying it like a crazy person.
Again, I keep asking you why you like the Chinese better than the American plays.
And the answer is because there's more of them than Americans. There are more Chinese, last I looked.
Yeah, but are there more Chinese with money?
Well, they're getting there. Money can't buy you love. Money is not
No, but
everything.
it can buy you an electric vehicle, but
It
only if you
can
have it.
buy you an X-Bed. Yeah.
And those X-Ped it was a sharp looking car. I saw the commercial.
Oh, very sharp.
I
I
mean,
know,
like we thought Lucid,
there's no
Was gonna
commercial.
be the
They don't
the
have a
commercial.
commercial. They have an
I,
internet thing
yeah, no, I saw it somewhere.
on the
Maybe
internet.
I saw it on a B-roll on CNBC.
The internet. It's on the internet. You can see the car.
Okay.
It is a nice looking car, and so is the X-Ped. Both nice looking cars.
No, I didn't look. I didn't see the Neo one. I did see the XPEV one.
Well, we have a solid break of resistance at the 100, and we're looking to take out that
We do, don't we?
4630 area. Take that. We should take that out with no problem, I think. Well,
That
we
is a
have a
beautiful candle.
problem.
This last one.
This is the next hurdle, 4630. We take that out, we're probably going to go to new highs.
Hmm.
And the 9-day is solid support. I'm very happy with this run, which I timed almost perfectly from $30 to 45.
Nice.
Yeah, I had almost perfect timing in terms of Neo. XPEV as well, I had very good timing.
Yeah, I think XPEV looks like this, but just a little more muted.
Yeah, again, I do
Look.
like the battery swapping technology of Neo. That's one of the
Yeah,
reasons
no, I know it's very innovative.
that's the main reason that I'd have more Neo than XPED in terms of dollars and shares. XPED has had a phenomenal move. They both look like they're going to 100. And they both may. Woo! I wish I had more XPED. I think that we had a even better run, right? Let's see.
Oh, it's less. Oh, look at that! I said less muted. No, I guess the other way around. I had him.
This is like a rocket ship. This one.
Yeah, guess I had that wrong.
Wow. All I can say is wow.
Yeah, indeed.
And what Neo is looking to take out, this already took out.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, again, both of those had that last candle on both of these pictures is beautiful.
The high of 39.24, when that was taken out, it's like nothing's stopping it now. This is going to at least 50.
Well, that 46.83 at least.
Yeah. Well, no, I would look at these lows here. 45.60. At least. It's on a roll. I mean, how many red candles are there in this 20-day roll? Maybe
That's the requisite number.
2 or 3. What a roll! Every day up. Oh my goodness. I'm really happy I had the foresight to go into that one.
Good on you, Dr. J. You want to throw Churchill in just for
That's when I
comparison?
took my profits in. I wish I hadn't. You know, sometimes you got to take profits occasionally.
Yeah. Oh, that was my justification for a novice.
I bought.
Yeah, you see, look at that. If you're comparing pictures, this is like anemic compared.
I sold it at. I'm going to say. I want to say I sold it at 24. Right? I think that's. I told you, right?
Yeah, you might be able to get back in there.
Yeah. So I sold it at 24, and it might be. Maybe now I can correct my decision and just buy it now.
Yeah, indeed.
Buy it back.
Maybe I'll even again. This is cost averaging kind of a day today.
Yeah. It looks like it should be bought back, right?
Yeah. I still have this one at a relative low. So
the green, the 9-day is about to cross 100.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. So for me, it would be averaging up a slight bit, but this is a good looking card too.
It does look like an attractive entry point right here.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Right at the high to back here.
But where you sold 24.
Yeah. Yeah, this high was 24.59. It looks very nice. We
Yeah.
also had
Okay.
a cup and handle type formation, but it didn't really have a handle.
Right.
Unless
Now, when they say
you
cup and
start
handle, shouldn't it
wait,
be a
wait a
cup
second.
first and a
Unless you
handle
start,
second?
no, I'm wrong. What if you start the cup on 316? The cup was the high was 33, and the bottom of the cup was whatever it was, 30. No, low it's what was the low? 17.
That was
And now
1725.
we're pulling back for the handle. You could argue that. You could make a little argument on a sort of a cup and handle type formation. This would be a nice
You used to
place.
be a lot more. You used to be a lot more disciplined about calling those.
I know, but you know, I like really rounded bottoms. I don't like these jagged bottoms. But you know, you could make the case. That's all I'm
Understood.
saying. Um,
Yeah. No, I would certainly say
whether or
that
not whether or not it's a cup and
24 is
handle
support.
doesn't make one iota of difference. We're basically sitting at support now. It bounced off support, the low
Did
of the
you
day
did you know
today.
that a Novus is now 92?
Yeah, there's no stopping that one.
You gotta keep me from losing my breath.
Congratulations to all those who had the foresight to stay with
Well,
it.
hell, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I sold the
Uh,
news, and I'm bummed.
so we looked at it's not
We got another little technical hiccup.
like
There we go.
a Chevron or an Exxon.
Hmm?
Is a Chevron or an Exxon going to put you to sleep?
All right, right now. Well, we're towards the end of the show, so it'll be a dealer's choice.
Uh, how about CTXon? Call it a day.
Okay, done.
Not that it's doing anything. It keeps taking out old highs, pulling back to the green. I've been buying a lot of this.
Yeah, and it's a, I find these more trustworthy when they have thicker candles for whatever reason.
Yeah,
I trust the trends more than when they're those little dots.
yeah, looks nice. Look at this series of higher highs. I got a high here of 215, another high of 220, another high of 252, and another high that we made just the other day at 269.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, very nice. And higher lows that correspond as well, of course. I drew the upper trend line that it's hugging. Very, very nice, really nice. The fundamentals are excellent at the Minilock. It's on trend. I think Man has a winner.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Man winner. Pay the front line.
That's right.
Man, when are you cashing out on this one?
Yeah, I'll let you know
I
when
don't know if he'll answer, but
he said that the CTXR is being added to the Russell.
that's nice.
Yeah, very nice. Good news.
And Marco likes the other Fosco special. No, that's not the Fosco.
Which
Yeah,
one?
that's the Fosco special. CVM,
Yeah,
right?
it's a Fosco special with somebody just mentioned AVDL again. That was the other one.
The other one, yeah.
But they said AVDL is getting sued by Jazz. Wow.
Oh. It
Interesting.
don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Pete's actually doing good these days.
VBIB might be my 12th largest holding, something like that.
I think that's my third.
Okay, so I think we really covered a lot of
Yeah,
ground.
we did good. We did well. We did well.
I'm really happy for this
Oh,
week.
yeah, Linda was asking for the pod stocks. She was asking for Sundial.
Okay, I can't disappoint.
It is worth adding a couple seconds for at
I
least
will
that one.
not disappoint Linda. Never disappoint Linda.
Yeah, okay.
I'm still sharing screen, so it's easy.
Yeah, so just go there. We have Pete's lovely face, but I think most of the action can be shown.
Yeah. Sundial is SNDL,
Professor.
right? SNDL.
I said perf, not perv.
All right.
Perf as in perfect, not perv as in perturbation.
Well, are we forming a cup here? Well,
Oh, look at this.
in any event, it's a pullback to support. What was the low today? It didn't break 102, did it? 103. That's fine. So if it breaks the $1 level, I would probably get out. But otherwise, you could fool around with it, even add. What have you got to lose? A few pennies?
Right. Well, I guess if it's consolidating a little bit, you don't think that's just going to hit back down to those lows again?
Well, I think pot is weak. Is pot weak today? Well, I don't know. How are the other pot stocks doing?
Well, let me see. I'm only in Tilray, so I can look at that one for you.
How's Tilray doing?
Down.
See
It's
what I
actually
mean?
been
So
it's been anemic.
So this is actually bucking the trend. It bounced off the support level at 103.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
like it. You know, it's crazy. I like it here because for a swing trade, you could buy it at 106, sell it at 99 cents if it goes against you, and look for a big run.
Oh yeah, and the top end of that. It's the way right. That would be the top end of the range.
Yeah, look for $1.60.
Mm.
Or if you want to be more modest, look for
This one here. That's what I was looking at.
$1.50.
$1.49, right?
$1.49.
Right.
It's actually worth swinging because you use a tight stop loss. You get stopped out, you get stopped out. I mean,
Right.
you could lose 7% or make 40%.
Indeed. Yeah, that's good odds.
Yeah, I mean, probably you'd lose the 7%, but I thought I like the bet. I like the bet as a pure bet, you know,
Right.
forgetting about the fundamentals, just looking at the TA. And the fundamentals happen to be good. If you want to hold this for the long term, I think it's good too.
Mm-hmm.
But that's up to you. I'm not. This is not one that I would hold for the long term. But I very well may go and swing it. I might swing it right now, right after the show. I like it for a swing.
There you go.
That's probably going to be my play of the day before the weekend. Swing sundial. This has been Dr. J and Professor Spike urging you to stay well, stay with Innovis, stay with those hot stocks, stay with VBIV.
Don't what we do, do what we say.
Add to Neo, swing sundial. Of course, everything we say is our own opinion and that does not constitute investment advice. And please subscribe. Tell your friends about us. We have wonderful ideas that can make you money. Or not.
Or not.
Adios, amigos.
Take care, everybody. Have a good week.